Hi everybody. So today we're going to be diving into the body's most amazing and hardworking systems, the urinary system. And it's also called the renal system. It keeps your blood clean, your fluids balanced, and helps regulate blood pressure, all the while doing something most of us only think about when we go to the bathroom. Let's break it down. From the big picture all the way down to the tiny structures that make it all happen. So, in an overview, the urinary system has four major parts: the kidneys, the ureters, and the bladder, and the urethra. The system's main jobs are to filter the blood, remove waste, balance water, salt, and pH, regulate blood pressure, and help control red blood cell production. Everything starts in the kidneys, where blood is constantly being filtered to remove toxins, excess salt, and water. The filtered waste turns into urine, which travels down to the ureters to the bladder, where it's stored until you urinate through the urethra. Now, let's take a closer look at the kidneys. Each one is shaped like a bean and protected by a tough outer layer called the renal capsule. Inside, you've got the cortex, which is the outer layer. You've got the medulla, which is the inner part, which contains renal pyramids. The renal pelvis, a funnel-shaped area that collects urine and sends it to the ureter. The blood enters the kidneys through the renal artery, branches into the afferent arterioles, and then reaches a group of capillaries called the glomerulus. From there, the blood flows through the efferent arterioles, protubitular capillaries, and eventually exits via the renal vein. I apologize, those are very hard for me to say. Each kidney contains around 1 million nephrons. These are the functional units that actually do the filtering. One of the main types, which is there are two main types. The cortical nephrons, located mostly in the cortex, and then the, juxtamedullary nephrons, which reach deep into the medulla and help concentrate urine. I hate that word. Each nephron has several parts. The Bowman's capsule, which wraps around the glomerulus and starts the filtering. Proximal convoluted tubule, the loop of Henle. Distal convoluted tubule. I can't speak. And finally, the collecting ducts, which carries the finished urine out toward the renal pelvis. Now, there are three main processes happening in the nephron. Filtration. This happens in the glomerulus. Is there anybody that can say that word? Where blood pressure forces water and small molecules out of the blood and into the Bowman's capsule. The reabsorption. This mostly happens in the proximal tubule, where useful substances like glucose, water, and electrolytes are pulled back into the bloodstream. And secretion. In the distal tubule, extra waste products or ions like hydrogen or potassium are pushed out of the blood and into the tubule to be excreted. I think I'm finally saying that word right. All of this is what makes the urine formation a super efficient and selective process that helps the body hold on to what it needs while getting rid of what it doesn't. Now, the speed of this filtration is called the glomerular filtration rate, or GFR, and we're going to refer to it as such. It's mostly controlled by the blood pressure, osmotic pressure, and resistance in the arterioles. If your blood drops too low, filtration slows down. If it's too high, it can damage the glomerulus, and your body uses multiple systems to keep this in check. One of the most important systems for regulating the kidneys is the renin-angiotensin aldosterone system, or RAAS. I swear I said that 50 times before I did this video and I still can't say it. If blood pressure drops, the kidneys release renin. Renin starts a chain reaction that creates angiotensin. The angiotensin second causes blood vessels to constrict and triggers the release of aldosterone. Aldosterone signals the kidneys to retain sodium and water, raising blood volume and pressure. Another hormone is ADH, which tells the collecting ducts to reabsorb more water, making urine more concentrated. Once urine is formed, it travels down the ureters to the bladder, where it's stored until you're ready to go to the bathroom. The process of urinating is called micturition. It's controlled by both reflexes and voluntary control. Your bladder fills and stretches, sending signals to the spinal cord. This triggers a reflex that relaxes the internal sphincter. The external sphincter is under voluntary control, so you decide when to let go. This system is managed by the autonomic nervous system, which balances both involuntary and voluntary responses. Normal urine is clear to yellow and made mostly of water, with urea, salts, and other waste products. Changes in color, smell, or frequency can signal issues with hydration, infection, or kidney function. Urinalysis is a helpful tool in diagnosing everything from diabetes to urinary tract infections, which I've had a lot of those because of after having kids, it throws all of my hormones off and it causes those to happen. So to sum it all up, your urinary system isn't just about getting rid of waste. It's an essential system that keeps your body in balance, handling blood pressure, red blood cell production, water and salt levels, and more. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you appreciate your kidneys a little more the next time you go to the bathroom. Thank you.